Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki Man Si. Gianluca Di Marzio has reported that Liverpool have made a proposal to Kevin De Bruyne to join Liverpool. Following on from the Harry Kane video from yesterday. This is what, the golden oldies generation? The 2010s? Mamma mia. What a little legend. If Liverpool want to revamp with youth, they should sign Mia next to Fuka Nagano. That'd be quite a combo, right? But listen, I'm not advocating for Kevin De Bruyne or against him. I'm just going to look at the pros and cons of what that move would look like. Now, it almost gives to me Pirlo from AC Milan to Juventus vibes. They thought he was washed up over the hill. 32 years old, right? 32 years old. Pirlo moved to Juventus and reinvigorated him, revitalized him with creativity and quality. Now, Kevin De Bruyne is a genius. He's an all-time Premier League great, a genius at the same level Pirlo. In fact, I think he's better than Pirlo, but he plays a different position, obviously. Now, having lost Trent Alexander-Arnold and with his mural mysteriously vanishing into what can only be seen as the greatest mural of all time, the question marks are high wage. Can he still do it? Kevin De Bruyne has a time limit on the pitch. When he goes plump red, that's when you sub him off. Has he got the legs? Can he still be effective in the Premier League? And I'm going to look at each and every scenario. So you're going to want to watch this video. So let's get into it. So without a doubt, Kevin De Bruyne still has something to offer for some of the best teams in the world. He reckons he should have got a renewal at Manchester City. They've had a bad season. He's had an injury-hit season as well. However, there's no denying that on his day, he is still world-class. He has game intelligence, passing ability, technical ability, dribbling ability, and definitely shooting ability. And he's creative off both feet and off both sides. So if you're looking for an ideal number 10 that can slot in, right? No pun intended. Kevin De Bruyne in a 10 would be magnificent, as well as in a deep-lying 6. Now, something that people underestimate is Liverpool seem to have struggled to break down the low block relegation fodder teams. Even though we won 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and it didn't come early. We took a while to break them down. In a game where we have massive amounts of possession, you can get away with putting Kevin De Bruyne in the base of midfield next to Gravenberch or next to Alexis McAllister, because with possession of the ball, Kevin De Bruyne would be like a Stevie G under Brendan Rodgers, but even more so breaking the lines on the floor where Stevie G was over the top like Alonso. Kevin De Bruyne wouldn't need to be a destroyer or a lateral man marker like an Edison, right? Or a Rodri. He would be tasked with getting the ball, shifting the ball, playing the penetrating balls, the through balls into the front line, into the 10, into the wing positions, in inside forward. Because on transition in defence, when opposition are coming up on us, he just needs to be a positional player. Two players, Gravenberch and De Bruyne, McAllister and De Bruyne, in front of Van Dijk and Konate forming the square unit. You're not going to break through even if his defensive attributes and his legs aren't there, because it's the shape that dominate the style of play. You look at the great AC Milans of old, right? Tassotti, Costa Curta, Baresi, Maldini. Now, Baresi wasn't the quickest. Costa Curta definitely wasn't the quickest. And Tassotto also wasn't the quickest. But the shape, moving in tandem in line in positional play, unbeatable. Ruud Gullit said so himself. Who else does Kevin De Bruyne compare with? Gary McAllister, right? He joined when he's 35 years old, Gary Mac. Scored the win against Everton, free kick. Integral, brought absolute class into the middle of the pitch. De Bruyne, at his age right now, coming to 34 very, very soon in the summer, would still be the best passer in the Liverpool midfield. I appreciate Alexis McAllister's passing ability, but it's not on the same level as De Bruyne's passing ability even now, for the fact that De Bruyne is one of the best passers, short passing, long passing, through passing, over the top, through balls of all time. So to have that complementary passing ability, even if you don't have to start him, even if he's coming on in the final 30 minutes, to break a low block 0-0 situation would be worth its weight in gold. You have to win those matches. You cannot afford to draw the matches you're expected to win against the lower half opposition. You'd rather go out on your shield with a loss and get 2 wins out of 3 games than 2 draws, because 2 draws is 2 points, 3 games out of your season. Awful, absolutely awful. Talking about 3 games here. So De Bruyne to make the difference in those crucial deadlock games at 0-0 in a low block team would be amazing. Even more so, you could start him, and when he puffs out, when he blows up like a cherry, puffer red, then puffer fish, finger. Oh my god, that sounds awful. Like I didn't say finger. Yes, We need a ginger ninja on the team, right? Reece, McAllister in the right lights, and De Bruyne. We always need a quality ginger and not angry ginger because he can't play football at all. De Bruyne would have something to add. He's got great delivery from the right-hand side as well. So in the absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who Gary Neville described as De Bruyne at right back, why not have the real De Bruyne, even though he's aging and slowing down? The technical ability, the passing ability is still there, like a Tony Cruz in the older years, but especially more like a Luka Modric in his older years. Even at 34, 35 years old, Luka Modric was the best passer and had the most game intelligence in that Real Madrid midfield. Better than Valverde, better than Tchouaméni, better than Camavinga. Luka Modric was the passing maestro, and he still is, to some extent, the one that connects the dots when they want to transition on both sides. And Kevin De Bruyne, in a passing transitional team like Arne Slot with Dutch Total Football, he would be amazing. He would really do it, and you'd trust Arne Slot, especially, and this is why he also fits in that same vein, similar to Harry Kane with the ankle injuries, is that Arne Slot has huge priorities on a training regime to keep the players fit. Now, if we can keep De Bruyne fit, he can swing crucial ties. He'll get crucial assists, and by goodness, he's a big game player. He can get crucial goals, a rocket off the edge. He's not afraid of the odd deflection. He can shoot off both feet and from range, and he can get into the box, and he can slide a through ball. De Bruyne to Salah is almost Melty Kiss dream. Like, I love my Melty Kiss chocolates. This is not... Actually, no, wait a minute. I'm wrong. This is a Melty Kiss. I was just about to get Countryman Vanilla half-baked cookies, but no. Melty Kiss, De Bruyne is some quality Melty Kiss chocolate right there. So Marzio, hit and miss. He used to be reliable. He's a Sky Sports international journalist. How much credence we put into his words? Flaky these days, flaky. I think he's like lower tier, lower ranked. However, there's no smoke without a fire. It could be an interesting proposal. De Bruyne has also had links to Napoli and links to Aston Villa as well as links to America. One of the American teams gave up their first choice rights for him as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I envisage him battering the relegation for the teams, turning those crucial draws into a 1-0 win, getting the crucial assist, the crucial through balls. Well, in the absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold, we need creativity, and I'd love to add the creativity in midfield from the 6, 8 to 10 positions to facilitate the front line. We will get a new winger, I'm sure of that. We will get a new striker, I'm sure of that. And who better than De Bruyne to feed them through and make them feel comfortable? He's Premier League proven as well. He can win the title with Liverpool, which would mean more than anything he's won in Manchester City, just in my opinion, not in his opinion, of course. He could get the fans right behind him. We've always had respect for De Bruyne, a great lad. Van Dijk loves him. He's gone on holiday with Van Dijk many times. The families are very, very close. He's settled in Manchester, local kind of vicinity to Liverpool as well. He's not going to want to move. He thinks he can still play at the highest level. He doesn't need to play every game. His wages will be high. There's no getting away from that. 400k at Manchester City. He's going to need to take a wage cut. I imagine 250 there, but still reasonable, right, in his elder statesman years. Wouldn't it be great to stuff Manchester City with De Bruyne in the team as well? Some of the banter there. He's a known Liverpool supporter. His grandfather and dad, I believe, supported Liverpool as well. So many things make sense, but he'd be an expensive signing. He'd break the FSG mold. He'd be a high wage consumption player. He's obviously aging in that same bracket as Van Dijk, Alisson, and Mo Salah, even though I did mention the Harry Kane video. If you want to win now, you sign the best players. Mourinho signs the best players to win right now. Conte signs the best players to win right now. Henrik Mkhitaryan joined Inter Milan, right? Is it from Roma? He's joined them 3 seasons ago. And in 2 of the 3 seasons, Inter Milan have reached the Champions League final, and Mkhitaryan has started a vast majority of those games as well. The Golden Oldies have something to offer. It's not like the olden days where over the hill, 30 over the hill, don't offer them contract extensions. FSG have a policy thus far of not offering money, big transfer fees, or big wages to over 30 unless there's an exceptional player like Thiago Alcantara, who unfortunately his body was wrecked by then, but still added moments of class and great memories. I love Thiago Alcantara in Liverpool. He was just so classy. It felt so good to have him, right? So it's that kind of thing as well. We've broken the kind of normal mold to extend Van Dijk and Mo Salah for 2 years because they are proven class. And De Bruyne is proven class, even though he may not last the full 90 minutes or the season. There's moments where you introduce that kind of player. He's a game changer and a game breaker for sure. And I think we would benefit from having him in. Now, whether it's realistic and likely, I don't know. It ultimately depends on the transfer strategy. Harry Kane, I don't think he's the actual ideal target. But there's a system that works with him there, like a Van Persie to Man United, a final gift to Sir Alex Ferguson, to make sure they win trophies in that season. And if we're going for the jugular, to win everything, the best chance to win everything, You need these type of players in and amongst the high potential wonder kids with a high ceiling. So if you bring in your Ekatike, if you bring in your João Pedro, if you bring in your Cunha, if you bring in your Gyökeres, your Benjamin Sesko, whoever, even your Xavi Simons behind the number 10 Charles de Ketelaere, anyone you want that isn't quite proven at the highest level, they are there to become the next legends, to write their chapters over the next 5-10 years. But you need players that can instantly impact right now to build on a strong unit. You don't bring in potential and waste the final years of Van Dijk and Alisson and Mo Salah without the proven quality to have an overall functioning unit, because you don't have to use the players consecutively. You can use them in the situation that is right to use them, as I mentioned, especially against relegation fodder, especially when we're struggling to break through. We need that extra creativity, right? And De Bruyne will have something to prove that is not over the hill. Would I sign De Bruyne? Depends. If we can get a speedy left winger, Anthony Gordon or Mbeumo on the right, or Antoine Semenyo, if we get a speedy forward, if we get someone who's a dominant aerial beast in the air, who can absolutely attack the ball from De Bruyne's deliveries from out wide, right? Or a poacher who can benefit from De Bruyne's balls over the top or through the lines as well. If we can get that kind of unit in there, then I think De Bruyne is magical, because he could be the 10 of our dreams. He, without a doubt, is still better than most 10s in world football. Who else are you comparing to? Jamal Musiala, who's more of a dribbler, not a passer. Jude Bellingham, who's all action, all unit, but a different kind of player than Kevin De Bruyne as well. You got a few other players that can play in that 10 position. Even McAllister, right, can play in that 10 position. But De Bruyne is something special, undeniably special. He's just old. He is old and would be on high wage. Not quite an FSG signing. For me, not the highest priority. But if Slot determines that for next season to win things, a Harry Kane or Kevin De Bruyne would suit that unit, then I would be all for it. I trust whatever Slot, does. If you had the choice of using the wages of a Harry Kane or De Bruyne for a more rounded unit, let's say, for example, we sign João Pedro and Gyökeres and a winger like Mbeumo or Semenyo, or behind them an Eberechi Eze or Kudos. If you can get that unit together, 2 of the 3 will hit the ground running and form a formidable unit. And I would take that over Harry Kane and Kevin De Bruyne, because they're younger, high prospects, higher ceiling. But there's no doubt that Kevin De Bruyne and Harry Kane would add something to the mix right now as well. I wouldn't want to put all my eggs in one basket on one wonder-kid striker like a Benjamin Sesko or Hugo Ekatike and hope that they hit the ground running and score the goals necessary to convert into titles. I'd put more stock in someone who's been there and done it already, if that makes sense. But if you can combine the unit, 2 or 3 of those wonder kid talents, then why not? We're laughing, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Quick one today to get it out there. Yeah, a Mkhitaryan type signing for Inter Milan for us, a Pirlo type signing for Juventus for us, a Gary McAllister signing that we had proved that it worked. Thiago Alcantara didn't quite work, but look, it'd be fun to see De Bruyne in a Liverpool shirt, wouldn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all I want to hear. You guys are the best right now. Liverpool Fan in Japan community, Ichiban #1. Until next time, Jane, peace. Means ciao.